Hi class, welcome to today's class. Today we're going to be doing something extremely different from the norm. We're going to be going on a geometric scavenger hunt around school. So what I want us to do is to go ahead before we begin. We're going to recap on how we're going to approach this problem. So let's go ahead and read the handout that I put out on your desk with your table partners and see what exactly the problem is. We're going to take the approach as in we're taking in the same sense of the engineering process, this process that we've been following all year. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what our problem is. So it looks like we're going to have 10 minutes to find as many geometrical figures as you can. Be on the lookout for parallel lines, intersecting lines, rays, angles, polygons, and other geometrical shapes, and we'll go over those in just a second. You're going to be using some great technology provided by the school, and we're going to be taking pictures of the things that we find around the school, and then when we come back to our room, we're going to screen share them, talk about them, and then sketch them out inside of our engineering notebooks. So that's going to be the problem, and what I want you to do now is I want you to think about that engineering process. And now, number one, ask the question, identify the problem. So what is our problem here? We need to find as many geometrical figures as we can in 10 minutes, if not less, depending on how long the class period is today. So phase two, we have to concept, we have to find existing solutions, what constraints do we have, do our background research. So that's what we're going to do right now. And what I want us to do is to bring out our engineering notebook. We'll use, we're going to look at mine as a reference because ours should all look the same, if not a little different. And we're going to go ahead and look at the different geometrical figures and shapes that we've talked about already from previous classes. So things like line segments, parallel lines, perpendicular lines, intersecting lines, right triangles, quadrilaterals, squares, trapezoids, pentagons, hexagons, pyramids, cylinder pyramids, spheres, cones, prisms, you name it. You have the work right here in front of you. So go ahead and reference that if you need to. Now our next phase would be planning. So this is what I want you to get with your teams, and I want you to start planning what kind of approach are you going to take to this problem. How are you and your team going to be the most efficient in finding the most geometrical figures as you can? Also, before we leave, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to skip a few pages in your engineering notebook, turn to page 10, and there is another paper that I have out on there, and everybody should have one. It's going to look something like this. So what it says here is it's going to be divided from shape, object, and location. So this is going to be where you're going to find the shape or figure, and you're going to put this inside of your engineering notebook. Once you do that, you're going to also write out the object that you found. So, for example, they have that they found a cube. It was actually a dice, and they found it in the math center. So that's going to be one of the examples. Now, if you use more than this, you're more than welcome to draw that into your engineering notebook. That's perfectly fine. But go ahead and paste that into your engineering notebook. Use tape or glue. And then go ahead and while I'm passing out the iPads and tablets, go ahead and talk to your partners about different ways that you want to approach this problem. And while you're doing that as well, write down a few places you'd like to visit on campus as a class that we can go to, and write about 2 or 3 different places, and then we'll get on the move. Okay, class, so here we are at our first spot. Everybody voted on the hallway, so we're in the hallway. Make sure that everybody has their trusty engineering notebook. We do have our one partner from our table that is going to be in charge of the technology, and we are following our plan that we had recently discussed with our partners. Now I want to encourage you guys to work as a team and collaborate on this because it's a collaborative effort. The better that you work as a team, the more efficient and quicker this will work out, and that's the most I can give you guys. I don't want to give too much information to you guys. Make sure that if you are having any trouble that you come see me. Oh yes, what? That's perfectly fine. Now, she had a really good point. If we have 2 groups that have the same exact thing, is that okay? Yes, that's fine. Some people may see the same thing and some people may see different things, and that's going to be the beauty of it when we start to screen share. So your 10 minutes is almost up, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap things up, and let's get ready to go to the next spot. Okay, we're at our last spot. We're already going to wrap this up, and we're going to be going on now back to the classroom to screen share everything. So let's go ahead and head on back to that room, guys. Let's go. Okay, guys, Let's all take our seats. We're going to have each group share just a few of the pictures from the different areas that we went to. We went to 2 different areas. We went to the courtyard and we went to the gym and the hallway. Sorry, we went to 3 different areas. So once we do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just touch base on a couple of different things. So let's go ahead and have the group start now. Okay, great. All the groups already shared their videos and shared their videos, pictures, and thoughts on what they found. I am very impressed with everybody's work. Definitely opened my eyes to some different things and putting myself in perspective. Now what I want you guys to do is I want you to pick your favorite shape from your favorite location. Make sure that everything that you have found is written in your engineering notebook on the guide that I printed out for you. And I want you to turn back to those pages that I had you skip before, and I want you to draw or sketch out the item or figure that you found. And then next to it, I want you to draw the item or figure that it resembles. So if you found a cube and you're going to draw the dice, then you'll draw dice, color that in, then you'll draw the cube next to it, and then I want you to reflect on that. I'll write a summary about how you feel about finding that. Did it open your eyes? Did you notice it right away? Did you not notice it right away? Did someone have to point it out to you? Just be honest with it. This is also going to be following our engineering process guidelines. This is going to be number 4, also number 5, where you're in design and development. You're testing your hypothesis, which was you finding out which figures are going to be correlating to the items that we found. And your development, so you're validating and verifications of these figures that you did find. So you're validating it by showing me in your sketchbooks, in your engineering notebooks, sketching it and showing me that this is a valid point and a valid geometrical figure. So go ahead and do that. Once we're done with that, I want to go ahead and make sure that we color it in, we make it real nice, make it personalized to you. Communicate with your table teams. Did somebody else have a really cool thing that they found? Do you want to draw that? You absolutely can. As long as the other table team lets you borrow the iPad or the tablet to see for reference, that's perfectly fine. Alrighty, y'all, good job on drawing and sketching out those figures. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up with a little bit of discussion about what we found and saw today. So what I want you to do is think about what are some different figures that you did see that you think may be geometrical figures but are not really too sure. I want you to go ahead and try and research those things for me and bring them back to me next time we have class. Also, I want you to think about how does this help maybe say an engineer. Say you're an architect, and an architect builds buildings and in construction. How would this affect them, or would it affect them at all? Is there any other careers that this may affect? Are there non-STEM careers that this may affect as well? These are just simple things to think about. But good job today, class. I couldn't be happier. Have a great rest of your day.